Hi Aries, welcome to your full moon in Gemini for December 7th, 2022. Full moons close out cycles, so we're going to look to see what cycle's closing out for you, but I thought I'd shake it up a little bit. I'm a little bit bored of the old way. So, one thing I'm going to add is a major arcana card that kind of gives you the flavor of the moon. It is telling you what it is that you will be learning on like a deeper level, um, an internal level, and the things that are happening on the outside that are helping the situation on the inside. I'll explain as we go along. So you have the Chariot card for the big lesson of the full moon. The Chariot card is a card of getting things under control, getting yourself under control, but more than that, it's a mental control. It's a pretty mysterious card because, first of all, the two sphinxes are, you could say, pulling the chariot, although no one's going anywhere. So here you are in a vehicle with wheels, not moving, and yet you're in control. So this is talking about mental control and what it's doing and how it's um, actually driving your world, driving your life. And when you can get that kind of mental control, um, and for me, it's more than that. It's kind of like aligning your emotional, your mental, your spiritual energy. It's an alignment, and it's getting those things under control so that you can travel. And that doesn't mean physically traveling, but it's making things move. It's moving molecules, it's moving particles, and that's what creates your world. It's a very interesting card. Um, it's a very mysterious card. A lot of the times, because you are talking about occult knowledge with the tarot, it's like initiation. So this is also an initiation card. We're not in a cult here, so it's not a problem. But life is a there is initiation to life and to certain things that happen within lives. So with that in mind, let's go further and look about the more daily things that are going on. So the first card is what is being closed out. You have the Ace of Wands, which is a new beginning. So I'm going to pull another one to see where that's heading, because it's kind of odd that you're closing out a new beginning. But it could mean that you're taking steps further now. Now that you've kind of got your ideas together, you kind of understand where you're going, what it is that you've aligned yourself with is this new beginning, and now you can leave the new beginning stage and move towards actually taking some steps to make it more concrete. But let's go with the King of Swords here. So yeah, King of Swords is a very mental energy, and so this is getting your mental energy in alignment with your spiritual energy. And funny enough, the King of Swords is the card of mastering the mind. He's mastered his mental activity. He's mastered taking action through his mentality, through his mental vision, through that air energy. It's my Libra card. And so there is something that new that you're beginning, but you seem to be leaving that new idea phase and actually taking some action with the King of Swords, but you're doing it quite soberly. It's a very sober action. It's a very practical action, and we're kind of leaving that butterfly, exciting energy to actually start something on the physical, to actually move it out of that excited potential and start to move that potential into some sort of reality. Now, a King of Swords can also be in the mix here. He can be somebody who is helping you, or and we might be looking at legalities here. We might be looking at paperwork. We might be having to deal with some red tape with the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a very military-minded individual. So they can be the law, they can be police, they can be military. It's that kind of energy. So it's a very regimented feeling. It really takes that passion out of the Ace of Wands, that giddiness, that excited, what's going to happen, I have this great idea kind of thing, and just makes it practical and puts it and puts it into the real world with practical steps. I think that's interesting. So how are you dealing with it? You have the Queen of Wands, which is very nice energy, very nice energy. It is the attraction energy, so you are attracting the things that you need. Could be people who want to help you with your situation. But again, this is also a very mental energy, because what you think about, you bring about with the Queen of Wands, or when we're manifesting things. And she's just the great attractor. The interesting thing about the Queen of Wands, this is my Leo card. So the Queen is a very female attractive energy. And my Leo card, or the Leo, has more of a masculine energy. So it's kind of both. It's nice, and I think that's why she's a good attractor. And what I mean by male energy is she will put things into motion. She doesn't mess around. She has that energy. She has enough energy and enough self-esteem to just go for it. So I think that's a really nice energy to be dealing with. And it seems to me like the ideas that you have had here in the Ace of Wands is finding practicality, and it's finding usefulness, and it's finding its place, but it's also finding its way to you, what you need to continue to move along here with this new idea is kind of attractive, or you're attracting it to you. And the Chariot card along with that tells me that your mental capabilities are strong with this. You know what you're doing. You know which direction you're going. You know what your next step is, and you know what you need to attract to get to that next step. And that's usually attracting people and situations to her. But let's have a look. Nine of Pentacles. So it can even be finances that you are attracting yourself to for this particular situation. The Nine of Pentacles is somebody through their own hard work has created a beautiful home, a beautiful life, financially independent. There's a nice independence to this queen, and it should be, because like I said, she has both the male female qualities in this card, in this energy. There's a nice balance with the Queen of Wands. The pitfall with the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, I would say, is the idea of luxury. You may want this thing to be beautiful. You want it to be physically beautiful. You want it to be attractive. And there's nothing wrong with that. I would just say that you could go to great lengths, maybe more than you need to make sure that everything is beautiful and perfect. But, that would just be a negative thing. It doesn't have to be. And if you have the resources for it and you have the talent for it, it could actually help your situation. So it's kind of like, it would almost be like promoting and packaging what it is, this new idea, how you're going to brand it, that kind of thing. And I think it's going to be luxe. It feels luxurious to me. It feels pampering. It feels beautifying. It's that kind of energy. All right. And then the result, or what comes of your efforts, and this mental activity that you're driving this new idea places. You're taking it somewhere. Okay, you have the Three of Swords. So it's very possible that you have to give up something in order to make it happen. Let's get another card. This is my separation card, but this seems kind of practical. So, Eight of Pentacles. That's interesting. That's work. It's work you like to do. It's work that you're very good at. It's honing your skills. And so you might be leaving a situation that you've worked hard for, that you really love, or that you're sort of emotionally attached to, because this is the detached card with the Three of Swords. There's something that you have to detach from. Could even be your leisure time, because the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, that feels very leisurely to me. That feels like it's you have time to enjoy your surroundings and, to beautify your home, that sort of thing. And it could even be that you might have to leave a home. The Chariot card is definitely travel and movement, so there is that possibility that you have to leave something for something else. You have to travel for it, or travel further away than maybe you had hoped to for work. But again, it's work you love, and it's work you're good at. So I don't know that it's really a problem for you in the end, but there's something that you'll miss with the Three of Swords. There's something... this is also the card of interference, so something comes in between. Three is kind of like that, or the Three of Swords. But it really is, for me, the feeling of being separated, or separation of some sort. So it could be separation from work that you really enjoyed, that you really loved to do prior. But I think you're still moving towards something that you also really love with that Ace of Wands. It could be that you are releasing the familiar, things that are familiar to you, and stepping into the unknown a little bit. What does Spirit want you to know? Well, when you have the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles with it, first of all, this is money, and with the Queen of Wands there, it's the sun, so it's giving you a lot of energy, and energy is wealth, and so you will have a lot of energy to create wealth with this plan of action, but it's also your legacy. It's also what you leave behind for the generations, or for your family, or just to sort of leave your mark or stamp on the world with the Ten of Pentacles. And I think that's worth the movement, really. You can be a source for other people. And that doesn't have to be financial. It can just be the wealth of knowledge, the wealth of your experiences, that sort of thing. And even more so, your journey with the Chariot card, how you got there. Interesting. Nice. I hope this has been helpful. I will return in 2 weeks, I believe, for a new moon reading. And in the meantime, I'm doing dailies. I also have something else up my sleeve, but I'll announce it as we get closer. I would say this, though, if you do like journaling, then you might want to look out for an announcement, because I think I know I'm going to set up a journaling podcast, or exercises for you to do that will help you explore these themes a little bit more, but then on a personal level. And you're empowering yourself to do that, which is what I've always been about with the tarot. I find it difficult to make predictions, because I think it is pretty malleable. I do think that things can change, and your consciousness has everything to do with that. So I prefer to help you along in that manner. I'll continue to do this. I think it's fun, and I'm sure it's helpful. But true empowerment is what I'm after. So I'll leave it at that. I'll stop talking. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. I hope this has been helpful. Take good care. And once again, thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it. Take care. Bye.